Hello everyone, how are you? I'm Luciana. This is my YouTube channel, 24 horses per second, and this is the second part for this animated 3D scene. This is also the second part of the modeling process, and like in the previous video, I leave useful videos about modeling in the description box. Let's continue. And I'm gonna make the cream on top of the cake using a Bezier curve and a circle to shape it. Scale it until you like the shape of the cream. Let's scale the cake now to position the cream on top. Now I'm gonna change the length of the cream and the size a bit, modifying the other curve. I'm gonna duplicate my cream with Shift D. Now I'm gonna duplicate this curve and set it as a taper object on the duplicated cream so I can change the shape only in this cream. F3 to search poke faces, right click, trees to quads, bevel tool, invert the selection and now deselect the top and the bottom. Insert faces, scale with individual origins, and now extrude to the inside of the strawberry. Scale again, and now extrude to the outside. And scale again. Select the bottom half. I duplicated the object before changing the size because it took me so much time to model it correctly that I ain't modeling again if I mess up when trying to scale it. And now with proportional editing, let's change the shape a bit with the size tool. And now the top. Here I tried flattening the top a little bit with the grab tool. Let's change the bottom shape with the size tool again. And now let's positionate the strawberry on the cake. I duplicated the cake because I'm gonna use it in the future. Here I tried to make some procedural bumps that I discarded at the end, so I'm not gonna show the process of this, but that's why you're gonna see my cake looking like that. I used the displacement modifier so the cake doesn't look too perfect, and you can make a new texture here, but I already have one, so I'm gonna choose it and change the parameters until you like the displacement. Then I continued changing this material that I didn't end up using because the thing with Toon Style is that sometimes a simple look looks better and cleaner and closer to the 2D look we are trying to imitate. I changed the displacements settings a bit. For the cream on top, I'm gonna take the duplicated cake. This one doesn't have any modifiers. Gonna duplicate it and take one to my hidden folder just in case I need it again. In edit mode, I selected the top and the back and I searched with F3 separate by selection. And here we have the cream that goes on top of the cake. Scale the width a bit. And let's displace the cream a bit. And here again, I didn't end up using this, but I think that this helps to show you that many times you test things that don't work out, and that process is actually important for our learning process, because tutorials seem straightforward and easier and simpler than what the real process is. For the cream inside the cake, I ended up just assigning a different material to that part of the rectangle. You're going to see that in the shading video, but what I want to show you, even though I originally did it at the end, and that's why I have my materials already in this video clip, is sculpting a bit on the cake because it looked too straight and perfect. So I subdivided and sculpted a bit, especially around the edges of the cream that is inside the cake, because usually 2D is not as perfect as 3D, and that was the look I was going for. Now the same with the cream on top. Let's add some loop cuts and sculpt a bit more. Now for the strawberry slices that go inside the cake, duplicate the strawberry we already have and let's cut it with some bouillon using a cube. Let's apply it. And now the other side. And now let's cut it in half. Now the insert tool for adding a really small face. Now I'm gonna duplicate this because I want 3 strawberries, and I'm gonna change the scale and the position of each one a little bit to add some randomness. And that's all for today's video. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see each other next week with the shading process of this render. Have a nice week. Bye.